In terms of our day report program, that's on the other end of the spectrum. That divert program is that early intervention, catching them before they're progressing into the juvenile justice system. Day report is on the other end. Those tend to be your high-risk juvenile offenders who are either, this is maybe their last chance before they're sent to an out-of-home placement, or they're returning back from an out-of-home placement and need a little additional support care structure. And all of our referrals come from either juvenile court or the Division of Juvenile Services, which would have custody of that client. And their ages 14 to 17. They come after school from 3:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday, and really receive a variety of programming. Skill building, the youth that we tend to have in that program don't often have a lot of other positive outlets. They're not the kids that are involved in extracurricular activities. They're the kids that are struggling oftentimes with even staying into school and staying engaged in school. So when they come to us, our philosophy is if we can provide them additional coping skills, positive recreation skills, connect them to their community, they'd be less likely to commit future offenses. And so when they're with us, we are doing just that, whether it's bringing speakers in from the community to talk about job skills. We have an artist that comes every week to help them maybe learn a different type of recreation skill that they haven't done before. They go to the YMCA. We have someone come in and work on music with them. We're doing drug and alcohol education. Law enforcement comes and spends time with them. If you see graffiti in town, usually in the public areas, we can't do anything in private areas, but in public areas and then notice it's gone, that's day report kids. We're part of the graffiti eradication effort, and so we work with local law enforcement to go around and cover up graffiti in town. If you ever go by Stormy Sudster's downtown and there's that little park with the fish, those are all fish that have been made by day report with that artist Adam Kemp that comes in every week. And so we're just really trying to connect them with community in that manner. They also, a big part of what we do is community service. We work with a variety of agencies, Red River Valley Community Action, Northlands Rescue Mission, just different places within town that we can connect those youth. Again, believing that when youth are connected in community and to people in the community and have positive role models, they're less likely to commit future offenses. And they're all kids that are there, they're sent there for a reason. So part of them being there is supervision, that supervision piece. Research shows that the greatest number of juvenile crime occurs in those after-school hours. A lot of parents are, most parents are working, not there maybe to provide that type of supervision that they may need. And so that's when juvenile crime kind of escalates in those after-school hours and peaks at 7 o'clock at night. So a large part of what we're doing is providing that supervision piece for those juveniles in the program. And holding them accountable. They're there for a reason. They committed a certain offense or offenses by the time they usually get to day report that would warrant them needing to be held accountable. They eat dinner with us, which seems like maybe a simple thing, but honestly, with maybe the difficulties that some of those families are experiencing, sitting around a table for a family meal is not a common thing for them. So just those general social skills of how do you sit around a table and pass the salt versus throw the salt? How do you, simple things that we might take for granted that they can't take for granted. Another group that's very well connected with us is First Presbyterian Church. There's a group called KIN, stands for Kids in Need, and it's a group of ladies that comes once a month and they sponsor an activity for that day. Whether that's, and I thought of it because of the food thing, in February they take youth out to a nicer restaurant, something that many of them have never been able to experience, and show them again social skills, how do we behave when we're out, how do we act respectfully. Or they'll take them, they go fishing every summer too, and they provide all the supplies, all their time to be able to spend with them. And more than the activity that they're doing, it's the role model piece. Those youth that are in our program are able to experience a positive role model on a daily basis, helping them deal with normal difficulties and handling them in a more positive way. We do conflict resolution, decision-making types of skills, those types of things. On average, day report's been around 10 years, and I would say on average one of the things we look at is, in terms of outcome, is recidivism types of things. And we looked at those youth, and I would say for the last 10 years, on average, it's between 70 and 72% of the kids that come in our program do not commit a new delinquent offense once they have entered into our program. And by delinquent offense, those are the youth that are eligible for our program have to have delinquent offenses. I'm not sure if you know the difference between status offenses or delinquent offenses. offenses, but status offenses are the things you get in trouble because of age. Truancy, absenteeism or running away from home, minor possession, those types of things, whereas the delinquent offenses are things that typically you and I can get in trouble for. Theft, disorderly conduct, possession of drugs, those types of things. So to be in that program, they all have delinquent offenses. And so when we check them out and do the recidivism rate piece, when we pull records at juvenile court, about 70 to 72% on average do not commit a delinquent offense. I think that's kind of day report probably in a snapshot.